Isn't that like 90% of the
Yeah,
traffic?
dude. It was literally people that don't know what they're doing just coming in for trade signals. That was the whole entire thing.
That's so
That they
fucking
just
gay,
wanted
bro.
to be told when to
That's so
buy.
gay, bro. That makes me discouraged about humanity. People are so lazy. They don't come in trying to learn shit. Just when do I buy?
Dude, I remember we had a moment where before Static got drunk and left. I don't know if you hear Static, but before he left, there was like a day where I saw that Adam had left, and what was that guy's name? Chad had left, and I was like, "Hey guys, like instead of just fucking trying to copy everyone's trades, like we need to focus on learning how to trade. You know, like there's no like I was what I was doing was I was creating like a PDF with everybody's trade strategy, all the people there that quote unquote knew how to trade. I was trying to figure out how they traded so that I can do it. And then literally I would go to try to learn from people. And then um like they really didn't know what they were doing. But they would just like hit me with buzzwords and not really tell me their strategy. So I ended up with a PDF filled with nothing.
You ended up with a PDF full of Angular support.
Yeah, English support. But there was so like what was I about to say?
You were gonna get
Oh
back
yeah.
to
I was telling everyone like, hey, like even Static might leave, and then what happens when he leaves? You can't just be following everyone's trades. And everyone started giving me shit, and Static's like, they're like, he's not gonna leave, and Static's like, well, I might actually be working on my own thing. And then I was like, what? And then I was like, literally, everyone got upset, and I was like, yeah, what the fuck? These guys just want to copy whatever anyone else says. Like that's not how this shit works. But yeah, people just wanted easy money. That's not
That
how
shit's
life works.
hilarious. Yeah, that
And
shit's
then
hilarious. to me.
everybody followed Static. Whoosh. To he got all the so many people from I guess from Thames, right? And his community. Maybe he had one already. I'm not clear on that or not, but and then everything shitted like everything just separated. The guy showed his fucking adult website shit or whatever that was, to be
Yeah.
more polite. And then that was. Do you remember that day, bro? Do you remember how funny that day was, though?
I was honestly not trying to fucking share it, but
I know, but dude,
that's when I realized that's when it hit me, and it might have been obvious to other people, but that's when it hit me that literally Tame did not give a fuck.
It was just
about
a
the no no
money making thing.
Yeah, exactly. It was he didn't give a fuck about the community. He didn't give a fuck about crypto. Like anything that he ever said that was like passionate. This guy just wants to do anything that will give him money, and like his bar is like low as fuck. He will be willing to do anything. When I saw, yeah, I was
And
like,
tattoo his face, right?
yeah, like he does like it like all this is just like, yeah, there's no.
It was fun. Whatever. We don't. It's fun to be able to the Discord has its dead moments. I don't know. Doesn't anything. Doesn't
Yeah.
everything. I mean, in a way, have its dead moments.
Yep.
Cycles.
We're now here together.
Yeah.
As a team.
It's like, when you're abused as a child, we was abused and now we're stronger than ever.
We what's the term that people keep using now? We trauma bonded.
We
So
trauma bonded. Oh, is that a new thing?
yeah, it's a new
sounds
thing.
cool.
Yeah, people are
For this
like
generation, it
whenever
fits it well.
yeah, whenever people have like go through something, mostly it's used like when there's like a couple that probably shouldn't be together. Like let's say two people that are dating that shouldn't be together, but now they can't break up because they've trauma bonded. Like they've already been through something traumatic together, and there's nobody that
Turbo.
understands them like someone else would.
You don't have Turbo. You don't have like Discord PTSD.
Me? I
Like
have.
if somebody comes in here and does some shit that you didn't fuck with in another Discord.
Like yes, I don't have Discord PTSD per se, but like if you mean for me, like personally,
No, just
of
in
what
general.
has happened in the
Not just
past.
you, people. Like I know if I hear some shit that when I was in another Discord, like say somebody just come in and they're just always rude and just talk like they know everything, then they bounce whatever, and then I went to this Discord and that person did it over here. You know, or there was somebody else that did the same thing and that bothered
Yeah.
me, you know.
Yeah. I'm genuinely a super good judge of character in my life. It's just a feeling
Yeah,
of
me
a
too.
good judge of character. And if somebody crosses those things, it doesn't give me PTSD, but it certainly makes me snap.
Them resistant lines.
Just snap, bro. It's like that candle when you get to the scalp line, you know? If it crosses it, you're gonna get that candle. That's me. But I'm learning to ignore it more and more. But it needs to be there because anything that a community gets too comfortable with always tests the extremes, the extremities, the gray zones, it's a natural human thing. You test the boundaries if I could, but they're not really boundaries. I mean, whose boundaries are they? Just you like to expand on everything you do. So there's always got to be something there that's a guideline. As lenient as it may be, you know, at one point you just gotta be like, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm talking. And it's no disrespect. It's just for the respect of everybody else. You know? Like, you ever realize that if you're always the problem, but you're the one complaining? Like, if you're always the one complaining, but you're only seeing it your way, you're not seeing it from everybody's eyes. So really, like, you're the problem. You're not. The others are not. You're always
I don't know if
singled
this
out.
is an option. Is this an option in the Discord for like whoever created it? B, I get, yeah, B, if you create it. Is this an option? If not, it'd be dope. If there was a lot of people in the room, like Tanger, how everybody try to talk on top of each other, if there was like a mic limit that automatically cut off, like, you know, every 60, you only can keep your mic on for 60 seconds.
Like right now, like I talked
Your
for like
mom's the
3 minutes
problem.
straight. Your mom.
There's a feature called what is it? It's called like priority speech, where it's like if Turbo's talking, someone else can't talk over him because he has like,
That
a
would be
higher
amazing.
he has a
Yeah.
higher priority
Right.
than they do. So like let's say I'm a new guy that just came in and my priority level is 1, his priority level is 3. If he starts talking and I try to interrupt him, it won't work. Like it's just no one's gonna hear me.
Oh,
Not like
I
you
need
right
it for
now.
2 people only, though. Isn't that nice? That's pretty complimenting, no? Of the
Oh,
group,
okay.
I only need it for 2 people.
I know one.
Who?
Matches.
1,
Matches.
2.
I could think of a few people that could use a time limit.
One.
Yeah, but I think for the most part, it's not a time limit that we need. It's a
Rick, are you
I
snoring
think
in the background?
he is.
Am
I
I?
think
Okay,
Oh.
you're awake? Okay, good.
he
Yeah,
just
sorry.
woke up when you said it.
I was just listening.
Okay. No, that's cool.
No, yeah, I think that there's going to be a need for there to be priority hours where, let's say, some people can only talk. They'll only be able to have voice past 8 p.m. You know, from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. is when they'll be able to actually speak.
Damn. That's a
Yeah.
long time, bro.
Oh man, my wife called.
No,
me
but
3
it's going to be
times.
for
I
like
need
newer
it.
people. You know, like when new people come in, they'll only be able to actually speak and participate after 8 p.m.
Oh, after 8. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like,
Gotcha.
or during the night, basically.
Right.
So,
right.
after hours is when they can come in and talk, but throughout the day, they won't be able to speak. That way, they don't interrupt everyone.
That's smart. That's real smart.
Yeah, and it'll make it so that the nighttime, which is always there's no voice, will actually be filled with voice. So,
Hey, B, if you ever get the time,
mhm.
go to YouTube and you know how they got like the tutorials. Take your time and go through those. That is like the answer how to get into the YouTube algorithm and all that. But people don't take the time to look at like the helpful things they have over there.
All right, I'll try my
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, just if you're bored, you get what I mean? Just go over there, check it out. I mean, I've heard a lot of big social influencers that said that's people skip over that and the tools right there. You get what I mean?
I think the biggest thing is making quality content, like short, concise, quality content that people want to watch and is like really entertaining. It's just hard to do, right? Like it's hard to make quality content that appeals to like a million people. So it's just
You just need to get a retard like me to do some shit.
Or no.
But there's a niche of people like that always think like always in this world. Okay, look, I've been in this world already for 49 years. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm always being taught something. But in this world, I've learned one thing. Always think that much bigger than you think you could ever imagine. Because there's always somebody out there that is striving for more than you are. You're not even in their category. But one thing for sure, like think outside that box. Like
Yeah.
you pull an RC car. I'm going to use this as an example all the time because I know I've done so much research on it. On Amazon that comes out, okay? Everything becomes linked. The product review is linked to Amazon. The from Amazon to YouTube. Now the just the code DRC, let's say 4210 that's in it gives you on YouTube like God knows how many reviews on it, but it's like you look at the dumbest thing. It's a $99 RC car, and you look at the views, and you're like, how is this fucking possible? How is it possible? It's easier than you think, man. It's like you just have to be committed and follow through with it and pay attention to it constantly, in a way.
And
Set up,
what's the other streams not doing? What'll make yours different than everybody?
It's just keywords. These guys are putting just the code of this car as their keyword, like a DRC 1420 or 14210. You know, that's what I do. I see a code on my box. I'm a 49-year-old guy who's buying a toy. Let's say I was, and I don't know shit about it. I'm going to see a code on the box. Okay, good. If I see a Bitcoin logo, I'm not going to try and type in the logo. I'm going to look and what's the B for? Bitcoin. Oh, I'm going to type in Bitcoin. They're making it easy for us now. Like we're monkeys. That's pretty much the general goal is you just point your phone at something these days, and you don't need to go to a store. It identifies a couch, and now it shows you everywhere that couch is being sold. It's like, let the technology do the work for you these days. It's advancing so rapidly that I don't know what most young people would do if they were born as a Generation X. I don't know what they
Right?
would do.
I
I'm
wouldn't be able.
serious. I'm not saying it as an insult. I'm saying that the advancement
know.
I've seen in my lifetime is
The shit we
insane.
survived,
You can't keep up. You just can't keep up, man.
and they just left us alone. Take care of your damn self.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Okay, me too. Only because I need to go to the bathroom.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
post
B.
the link
we
to the-
appreciate your page, B.
Hey, it's been nice to have you this morning, B. Or afternoon? Afternoon.
afternoon.
I mean
Yeah.
your Discord. I said page. I'm over here looking at page. My bad. Website.
No, that's cool. I posted an announcement to YouTube. If people can go drop a like or leave it running for a little bit, I would appreciate it. But thank you guys. I'll see you later.
Adios, amigo.
We'll make
Sweet.
more effort
Bye.
as a community. Okay,
Fine,
bye,
man.
B. Enjoy your day.
I will. Bye.
Bye-bye. He's a nice kid. Well, adult now, I guess. Well, yeah, adult. Whew. It's weird, huh? He could be my son.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
nice. He came and visited you.
Yeah. Yep.
Daddy.
Yo,
Our
Rick was
fucking
over there.
king blessed us with his
Rick was over
grace.
there cutting up wood, and woke up like I was listening to y'all.
It's good because he used to be too uptight. He loosened up.
A lot.
He's very real. I know for a fact he's very real. What he says.
Who, Rick?
And
Rick is real.
yeah, no,
Rick is real as
no,
fuck.
Rick is real.
Oh, I thought he was AI.
Oh man, I'm
B,
fake as
B,
fuck.
B. Talking about B. We know Rick is real. He's in here every day. But saying, it's good. Good. I'm going to the bathroom. Keep forgetting.
Rick is
I
a
have to go.
real boy.
Rick is really here. Hi, Rick.
Why the hell did Dogecoin do a big
Nosedive?
Bart Simpson and then came back again?
Yeah.
You motherfucker. Oh well.
Dude,
No,
so
don't worry about it.
618 level at 47
Yeah,
cents.
I'm still in it.
It's not.
I'm
Yeah,
s- It's not dead. It's just yeah. It
it's
had an
not dead, but
exciting
it's
I
not
night.
the nicest.
was saying last night
Okay.
it'll pull back from 47 to 48 cents. Like they'll see a reaction there. Sure, shit is good.
It sure shit is dead now. Listen to me now. Okay. We are
Let me
still
check
on
on
a
the
cat here, and we just drew the smaller one behind it, and we're still on higher lows.
yeah, dude.
Although we just broke, did we? Yeah, a little bit. This local one, it doesn't matter. Look, your
It's just
low
me
is
being
at
selfish.
41.4. Why? I'm in that trade with you.
Hey, go pee.
Like as in
It's
me
the only
going
thing.
like
Oh
I
yeah,
only
fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
go-
I
Seriously,
only
thank
want
you,
to
because
see
then it
up
hurts.
You forgot.
Yeah.
and I only want to see progress with no pullbacks.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Go pee. Go
Nah,
pee.
I'm going.
Thank you.
it's all good.
It's 15 minutes later. You're gonna be like, damn, I forgot to use the bathroom. Good morning, Rick.
Money. You know what happened at work today?
I don't know, but you will tell us.
Oh, hang on. I'll wait for Turbo to get back because he's invested in this as well.
It's like what, 6 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it's like, yep, 6:24.
Because it's 3:24 here.
And I'm so keen to get this Toyota Hilux truck.
How much does it cost?
Probably about, I wouldn't buy it brand spanking new. I'd get like a next to new one, like a used, maybe like 1 year used or something like that.
Financed or straight out bought?
Oh, straight out buy.
That's
I
even
reckon.
better. Oh, yes.
Probably like about 50 grand.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, but that better not interrupt you coming to America. That buy.
No. I want to do
America,
both.
America first.
America doesn't have to be like hella expensive, you know.
No.
It doesn't
Just
have to
the
be
ticket
crazy
is probably
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah,
No, but it is.
the plane tickets be a bit of a fork out, but
Probably about what, like
yeah,
2 G round trip? 2 grand round trip?
probably yeah,
Yeah.
for a ticket.
Then when you get here, you have places to stay, so you don't gotta worry about that,
Hell yeah,
right? So it's not gonna be an expensive trip.
right.
Maybe a $5,000 trip altogether. And that might even be a lot.
Yeah, I think I can save for that quite easily.
Yeah.
And if I get a job at the mines, man, it'll be like a really luxurious trip.
Is that a good thing? That sounds scary.
Yeah, it's
A job in the
it can
mines.
be at the mines. Yeah, so in Australia, there's like open cut coal mines, which it's just a big pit. It's not underground, I don't think. But they
It's like
also
the
have
Coliseum.
they also have underground ones, which is kind of scary because like those can collapse on you. But what I want to do is drive those huge dump trucks, massive dump trucks, because the only qualification you need is a driver's license, automatic driver's license. Like you don't even need a truck license. You don't need anything like that. Although it might help, like it might help on your resume that, yeah, I know how to handle a big vehicle, but yeah, apparently you don't necessarily need it.
But you're supposed to be my Christmas present, right?
Other than that, like my plan B would be to actually manage one of these bottle shops. And that would be a lot more hours a week working, but it's probably like double what I earn now if I was to do that. That's another way I could save, I guess.
Hey, Rick,
Yo.
I hope you make that money today.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
You will be my Christmas present.
All I want for Christmas is you.
That's it.
I heard Mariah Carey
right.
when you said those words.
Man,
It'll
that
be a
shit turned me on. That shit turned me on. I'm not gonna lie.
Cold.
it'll be it'll be a good year now. This year was still good, but I think next year's going to be great.
Cold, you.
Rick, Chemical was in here earlier looking for you.
Oh, Chemical.
She just wanted to hear voices.
Oh, yeah.
You just wanted to know if you were going to visit her when you came to.
Yeah, I'll visit her.
Yeah, she said IV bag.
I don't know. The last person that went and visited her, they kind of disappeared. Do we really want that to happen to Rick too?
Are you serious?
Jeru.
It's a joke, but yeah, Raj.
No, that's not a joke. I haven't talked to Raj since ever.
Exactly.
Raj,
it's kind of funny that.
All right,
Coley and Isaac. Hey, it's kind of funny that Coley and Isaac comes in the room together.
Serrano will be mum.
Hey guys, I'm back. What's up? I wasn't doing anything.
Me either. I mean, I'm only working. It's fine. Working. That's what they call it now.
Yeah, it's a good thing they didn't. It's a good thing they didn't put Vermont right next to New Jersey. I wouldn't get anything done here.
Oh, let the
Damn.
scam texts begin. I just got a lovely scam text.
Coley, he said, "You're lucky you don't live right next to him. Otherwise, he wouldn't get nothing done." Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Damn.
Damn. Man, I'm so proud of Doge being able to do that. Like, come up and tag 48 cents. Problem is, it did give a lot of that little like sort of uptick back, but
You know, when you said, "I'm so proud of," and you paused, I was hoping you were going to see 33,000.
you know I'm proud of you, Dirk. I'm proud of all of y'all.
I ain't proud of none of y'all. Fuck all y'all.
Everyone's doing very well.
I would like to say I apologize to absolutely no one.
Can I make a confession?
That's what that reminded me of. Yeah.
Amen.
Can I make a confession?
Yeah, man.
When I used to be in teams and I used to listen to Rick, I would always think, man, one day I wish I was Rick's friend and I could talk to him. And now, came true. You were like
Cool.
you were like a superstar. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I wish I was Rick's friend.
That's so bizarre. But
Yep.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You are. He has no enemies.
When I was a kid, I used to, man, it would be so cool to live in America. That's where all the cool things happen. Like, like movies and TV shows and all that kind of stuff. All the celebrities live there. There's so much going on in the US. It's a very exciting place. So as a kid, I always was fascinated by it, I guess. And also my neighbors were also very fond of the US. Like they would always talk about it when I was a kid. So I think that instills a lot of, wonder.
It was like the place to be.
Yeah, man. There's
You're
like
gonna come here and be so disappointed. You're gonna be like, "Fuck, bro."
We weren't bombing your villages yet.
No, I don't think there would ever be any division between Australia and USA.
Oh yeah.
Not in
Football,
our
soccer matches. Oh yeah.
Not in our lifetimes.
Maybe an argument about beer or soccer, but that's about it.
Yeah, maybe.
And the ocean is in between us, so the division is real.
Yeah,
It's real.
get up
It's a
I'm gonna make
shame that
wacky.
you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame you guys can't use that huge interior of the country you have for like something. And I guess it's meant to be like that, but it's so
You guys
massive,
do.
it's so dry.
Yeah, we don't. So America came along, goes, yeah, we'll use it. And they set up a military base in the middle.
Jeez. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's called Pine Gap. It's like in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not like a soldier one, like where there's soldiers everywhere. It's like I
It's
don't
a
know, man. It's like
multi
this like
it's a multi-services
CIA
mix.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really odd.
You know what would be real nice? If we can get like 5 boats and stick it to the end of Australia and move you closer
Drag
to
you
it.
over. Yeah. Yeah, Rick, that's the entrance to the underground tunnels in Australia.
Yeah, have you heard of the Learjet before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fast
So
one.
the inventor or the founder, the dude, the Lear guy, his son is named John Lear, and his son is a conspiracy theorist and believes in like aliens and all sorts of like crazy technologies and all that shit. And I heard from him in an interview, he said, yes, there is a high-speed train network that runs from the US to Pine Gap, Australia, under the Pacific Ocean. Like a high-speed, thing. And it's for if America got attacked, all of the VIPs of the US would go into this like train and escape out to Australia.
There's no way. Under the ocean.
Yeah.
Under the ocean, bro.
It's like who the fuck built that tunnel?
Guys,
if that's the
guys,
case.
It would just make it on the ocean floor, if anything, or
no,
they
listen,
wouldn't go under it.
Yeah,
Look
it's
up-
weird. It's a very
look
weird
up what-
conspiracy.
Look up what Elon said about boring technology. You know how far down you have to go and what you can do with it. They can with the tech they have. It seems ridiculous to us, but they could have already had this in the 2000. This could have already been in place by the early 2000s. What Rick's talking about. This is for real. That is not even a joke. They think, okay, so you know how we have underwater sea cables, right? And they're just laying there on the ocean floor. They think, okay, this gets towards the fringe area, but they think the military's already been hardening things. You know how we worried about EMP blast overhead? People think truck drivers have come out. People have been killed over this, contractors and stuff. They've got a whole underground hardened network of like communications run and roads run all throughout the country and to all their points they want to get to. Like, I know it sounds a little unbelievable, but I'm starting to actually buy it.
Yeah,
You
I
got
mean,
Denver
look,
Airport and all that weird stuff going on out there too.
yeah, there's some, yeah, I reckon there'd be some strange shit happening in Australia, like
Yeah.
with just hidden
And you
things that people don't know about.
You guys are one of the top 5. There's different classifications on governments we share information with. You guys are part of the group that is with Canada, Great Britain, and New Zealand. You're part of that group that we all share well beyond sensitive information. Yeah, that we don't even share that information with Israel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I think when it comes to times of conflict or whatever, like if there was a hypothetical World War III, Australia is very much like a little, they just piggyback onto America. You know, we support like all of your efforts. Like if you need somewhere to land, like, you know, Australia is yours. Like, yeah. And we'll send troops where you need us, like all that kind of stuff.
It's wild, man. The alliance.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It makes sense. Like we need you.
Well, I worry about Australia sometimes when things get really super hot because that's a reason for you guys. You took one on the chin, I think, before during World War II and stuff. So it's like, it exposed when things get really bad, when we have really bad leadership in the United States, it exposes our allies to a lot of bullcrap.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I just hope all that stuff simmers down.
Well, I think about where you guys are. I think about China and North Korea being in your sphere. You know what I mean? Even Russia's over there pretty heavily. It's like if we go into a serious conflict, Australian naval forces are going to be a direct target.
Yeah, I think they'll want Australia as like an asset in the Pacific, like at least for logistics, like landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But USA has like Guam, the Philippines, like there's a lot of military presence there, isn't there?
Yeah, we got Navy everywhere in there too.
Yeah.
I did see, and I need to go check the specifics. We're gonna have like 4 carrier groups off the coast of Asia. That's terrible, I know to say, because that could mean 2 over towards the Gulf. That could mean 2 in the China Sea, but I think we're sending a couple more. I think my nephew, he's out of the East Coast here in Virginia. I think those boys are getting ready to do something, but the issue is they can't say what. They can't say where they're going. So here we go. Markets look pretty strong though. Crypto market did not respond to that strike on Ukraine. You know what I mean? Like there was no like fear in the markets that Russia struck back at Ukraine pretty heavy with a new technology.
Yeah.
BTC still above the market's still up. So this is just the resistance we're facing is just profit taking from people that have been in a long time.
I think the interesting thing about dips or like series of take profit when in a bull market, it's like all the people that wanted to take profit and didn't expect it to come as high, like they're now out of the picture. They're out of the way when those prices hit. It's like, oh, okay, there goes all the people that didn't want to be in it. Like, and now it's just left to the people that actually do want to drive it. And or have higher expectations kind of thing. But yeah, I still think it's quite early in the phase, so punching through all those walls is a good thing. Even if we've retraced it, like it just clears that path,
Very
Yes,
strong
sir.
move up. You could count the move either from 49 or you could count it from 52, but we basically went from 50K to 100K on this move.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is impressive.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Yeah, and it still makes that move makes a lot of Bitcoin moves. A lot of Bitcoin moves that it's made before make that move look like nothing. That's what's
Yes.
even crazier.
That's a good point.
It's insane, man. Bitcoin
Yeah,
is
and when
insane. Wild animal.
when you're in quote unquote price discovery expansion, I don't know what we could hit now. That's what I mean. It's like there's no structure to the left. It's like
Yeah, it's where it gets
what is
tricky.
yeah.
Very tricky, man, in my opinion, from this point forward, especially with Bitcoin. The alts are a little bit clearer because Bitcoin paved the way.
Yeah. Not a bad point at all, man. Oh man. I am enjoying it so far. Little nail biting.
Oh yeah.
a lot of staring at the charts.
Oh yeah.
I think a couple people in here really have nailed some long-term accumulating sleeper positions. We're getting some good runs now. And now we're gonna, because these coins are like, they had some billions in them already. We've got some tiny little coins that if we get any form of serious FOMO market, oh my god, it's gonna get so much fun, man. There's gonna be all types of stuff popping off. And
Hell yeah. It's gonna be wicked, man.
we got the taste.
Yes, sir.
The thing to me too, it was the reason I keep saying it's a relief. Doge respected its higher time frame Gaussian channels again, even when it looked terrible, and then it ran. Same with XLM. So when things look terrible and at their worst, and we're
Bye.
still buying, and everyone else and Twitter's given up, and all these spaces are like, "Oh, crypto is dead." We know at that point we are so close to victory. It's so
Fucking
close.
A, man. It's beautiful. Yeah, that Gaussian played out well, man. I knew you were tracking that for a long time.
And I wanted it because I wanted to really believe. Like this time, I was like, okay, you can't go off indicators, but it's a lagging type of thing. It's just signaling to you what the price action is, or that you should
It's
be
not
able to
really an
tell from price
indicator.
action.
It's not really an indicator, bro.
Right.
It's like a MA. I mean, well,
Right.
let me
Right.
put it this way. It is an indicator, but it's not like your regular buy sell indicator. You know what I mean? It's just an
Right.
MA. It's an MA ribbon that's meant for long term, or I'm sorry, higher time frames.
High
I think
time
it's
frame.
I think
Yep.
it's great, man. I think the Gaussian's
If
really powerful.
if you can get out to like the month, or no, if you can get out to the weekly, and then pair it with like a stochastic like type thing. Like you can trade on it. You won't get what some of you guys are doing with these trades, but you can bite chunks off of like the how a run really gets going and it swings up. You're catching that big chunk, even though you're getting out earlier probably than some of the people are taking. Probably it's like you can make money using it. It's everyone's got their style. I've learned so much more in here than I ever would have, trading for 20 years by myself.
Yeah, man. It's definitely a lot. I've learned a ton in here too, dude. I'll be the first to admit it. There's shit that I learned. Shit, I learned something today.
Well,
I think it was Jay taught me on the fucking trading view that you can click back and it'll bring back the chart that you were on before. I didn't even know that.
well, I guess what I'm saying is 3 years in here has been like you can times that by it's felt like 15 years of experience in this stuff. It's just I've appreciated it very much because it takes like when you're doing things on your own or with other inexperienced people, it can be very challenging. Like you make a lot of mistakes, but there's been some honest people in here explain what not to do.
Yeah, I know. I tried
And I
my
think
best.
it helps. Yeah.
I could definitely say that. Like if I left tomorrow for good, then I could say I definitely brought some value here. I could say that confidently. Brought a little bit of fun too, but that's all right. It comes with it,
I know I enjoy it when you're here.
Hey, if you're a hardcore 4-year cycle person, I mean, aren't these little pops on XLM and Doge just the beginning?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, what are we looking at here, people?
You're addressing the elephant in the room, and yes, I think you're correct. But let me put it this way: like I'm the deemer of correct or incorrect. I agree with what you're seeing. I'm seeing the same thing.
That's why I haven't sold 0 Doge. I lied. I sold 6,000.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with taking profits, but it's also leaving.
No, I've been selling too, man, and that's what I'm saying. I already told you guys I'll probably be out sooner than a lot of the more experienced traders because I'm trading way more conservatively. There are coins like Gala I might let go and rip, but I'm in it to make good money and consistent and not risk too much.
There ain't nothing wrong with that, dude. And like I was saying to somebody in DMs that messaged me, I'm not gonna say their name, but if anybody judges your it's one thing to bring up objective things, right? Like we all can agree objectively that the longer you hold on to something in a bull market, the more likely that you're probably going to make money or more money, right? Like you don't want to let it go early. We can all agree on that. But look, the obvious reality is that nobody's going to nail this shit. I mean, somebody might get lucky, but everybody's going to be early or late. Every single person. So it doesn't really matter. But it is okay to be like, somebody's like, yeah, if people are pounding the table talking about take profits, it's also okay for somebody like Rick, who's on a 3X or whatever he is, to be like, look, I have a different plan than you guys. Like, I get it. I get that you watch people round trip the fuck out of their lives for 4 years, but I have a different plan here. And then in the same reverse, it's okay for somebody like you to be like, look, my plan is different and I'm going to take profit early and kiss my ass. Like, it is what it is. Like everybody's got to do their own shit, and I think anybody who would it's okay to poke fun. Like if I, when we were dropping and people were holding bags, it was the running thing. Like bag holder is funny, right? Like it's funny fucking with people. But like if anybody's genuinely coming at anybody like on some bullshit, talking about you're not doing it right, like that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Here's something psychotic. Ready for this? If you took a year to buy in at the floor, when the bull run starts, they generally last a certain amount of time during these 4-year cycles. The convenience I have now, I have a window of 6 to 8 months that I can slowly sell off stuff.
There you go.
That's my only argument. Like not like I'm totally trying to justify myself. It's for some
Dude,
people.
it makes sense though. You don't have to justify anything. That's a completely logical plan. That's a logical plan. I think it's well thought. I think it's if anybody complains at that, I think they're just tripping, bro. You know what I mean? But one thing I will say is Rick played a thing the other day and it was funny as shit. It was an old fucking thing of it was Crispy buying Algorand at the floor, like literally the floor.
Yeah.
And then you have B, Trego, and Luke in the background kind of making fun of it, bro. And I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like the tone of Chris's voice was somber. Like he was even he was like, man, this is, this shit sucks. But he's
a
soldier, man. He's a soldier.
The problem with treating people like that is definitely that could have been somebody's window to life-changing money, and we sat there and laughed at it and made fun of people for entering at the right fucking time. So I don't think it's cool to make fun of anybody. I
No,
don't think
exactly.
as
Right, right.
anybody is a holder.
Yep, I
It's
agree.
it's all just like a learning experience, really. Like we're all learning together. No
My
one
my
knows really
right.
better than the next person when it comes to speculation. Because
What
I think, yeah, I don't know. Any frame of view
So
could be right. Like you just don't know
if
exactly.
yet.
Nobody knows for
if I was
sure.
a
My
better
to round out
trader,
my point,
instead
matches.
of
Let me round
making
out my point though. Let me round out my
okay,
point really quick. My point was on the back end of that is so look, if on the tail end of that, Crispy's got his chest poked out a little bit, or somebody like me is talking about, look, long term, it works. Like if I'm saying sarcastic shit, don't be the butthurt little bitch fairy that was talking shit at the floor, and then when somebody wants to poke their chest out, you go, huh, not fair. I'm not playing, because that's bullshit too. So if Chris wants to poke his chest out a little bit, let him, man. He worked hard. Be happy. Fuck it.
well,
You know, if like any of y'all do good, nobody should
but
be like, huh, not fair. Like that's some bullshit, man. Like nobody should be on that type of
well,
time.
another thing, when you get to the bottom and something like that happens, if I was a better trader, instead of just making fun of somebody doing the absolute right thing when they should, maybe I would have thought, okay, it's about 9 cents or 8 cents here. I'm really thinking it could break down to 4 or 5. But you know what? I have $100 that I was going to put in at $4. I could put $20 or $30 in now and dollar cost average from here. You
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah,
I
but
would have been in
matches.
at
Nobody's gonna
the
listen though.
bottom
At the floor
of
though, no.
what's 8 cents to here?
Oh,
Eight
it's like a
cents to
fucking
here
5x.
is
The
8x,
5x.
8x almost. So 7 to 8x.
Oh, I thought we were
So
talking
I
about
would have
Algorand.
gotten in. Yeah, we are at
Yeah,
8 cents.
8 cents
I'm sorry.
times 5 is
I'm
30.
thinking of the right high. I'm not thinking of the right high.
Yeah.
So long
5, your
story
mic is real
short,
low.
I would have gotten in at that point. I would have gotten in with less of a bag than I wanted to. I would have sacrificed some of the bag that I was saving for lower numbers because I thought I was a better trader, and I'd be smiling and giggling right now because I would have dollar cost averaged in. There's nobody that's ever said, "Okay, guys, there's 5 years before the next high. At some point in the next 3 years, you're going to buy everything just once. Just make one buy at the very bottom." No, there's no way of knowing. So the smart trader is going to start dollar cost averaging when he gets near these things, which is where we were.
That's right.
So I mean, to laugh and giggle and do any of that is absolutely obnoxious, wrong. And when it comes to money, that's the type of thing that I think Donnie hated the most, because you're playing with people's pockets.
Nobody listen. No, first
Hey,
of all, there's a couple things
hey,
I disagree with about that. Let me just chime in. First of all, nobody should be depending on anybody else to give them the signal for anything. Secondly, uh it's nobody was thinking in that manner during the bottom, not because it was obvious, bro. It wasn't obvious. That's the trick. It's not that,
Are you kidding me?
it's not that somebody was just like, it's clearly the bottom. I'm buying here. Ha ha, everybody. It takes determination, and it takes somebody to have conviction in projects like Chris did, like myself did, and a few others. Many others. Let me not limit it like we're just some small niche elite group that figured it out and everybody else sucks, because that's not the case. It's just some people had conviction and bought shit at the floor because maybe they've seen this before. And other people, matches that haven't seen this at all, they aren't going to believe anything anyway. They will not believe people when they're buying at the bottom that it's the bottom. They will not believe people that are selling near the top that it's the top. They won't believe any of that. They need to experience this. It's not something that anybody can kind of teach you besides time, in my opinion.
I'm not saying anybody needed to hand it
I
over.
would
I'm
like
saying
to interject.
Sure.
real quick, and my point is quick, and then he can interject. My point simply was, when you do things like that, you may deter other people that are listening to the channel. You may deter a newer trader like Stammy from listening to either and missing out on a proper opportunity to put $20 in the right place.
That's going to happen no matter what, though. But I see what you're saying. That's you can't
Yeah,
escape
well,
that.
and that's an emotional thing, which is what I was referring
Right.
to as far as Donnie goes, because I mean, you are playing with people's pockets, and for him, he was paying medical bills, he was paying, you name it, as a major thing that you would feel terrible about somebody for, and he was trying to do that with the money. And it's like you can't go in and play with anybody even for a few moments with their head like that, even if it is fun and games.
Well,
After the fact, laugh and say, hey, you were a bag holder for fucking 8 months, ha ha ha, is another story versus laughing at somebody when they're deciding whether or not to dollar cost average in.
oh well, people thought it was the whole bag holder thing was such a joke the whole time. Like they watched people hold bags that it convinced them. There's a pretty sizable group of people that it convinced them to not buy anything at all and to just play futures. So you know what I mean?
You know what? I fucking
Wait,
for
so
like
what's
about
her Kiki wanted to say something, I think. I think
Futures
he,
doesn't leave bag
Yes.
holders.
she said she
kind of.
wanted to interject, so let her interject.
No,
Clive
Clive
wants
wants.
to say something.
Oh, Clive or Quai?
Clive.
Oh,
It
where's
doesn't
Clive?
matter. Just let him interject. I'm gonna go for.
Clive, are you there? All right. Well, while he's figuring his shit out, I just wanted to say that since it has relevance to this particular conversation, what I did was I was for like about 3 months straight was just trading and scalping on futures, and every time I made more than like $5 on a scalp, I would throw the money in the spot account, right? And I looked at the Algorand chart and I was like, okay, what's the lowest this could possibly go? Like in my mind. I look at it, I'm like, I think as low as it could possibly go is 8 cents. So every time I made more than $5 on a trade, I would put a buy order. I'd put that money into my spot account, put a buy order for Algorand at 8 cents. And I didn't even think it was gonna go there. But I was like, okay, like if it ever goes there, at least I'll be able to buy a ton of Algorand. If it doesn't, then I still have all that money banked and it's safe. So I'm not spending the money. I'm not risking it on another trade. Like I took my profit, that profit secured in a buy order that might never hit. But even if it doesn't ever hit, I'll still have all that money there and I can just cancel the buy order. It never hit.
I feel like it's like a whole bunch
I
of
think
garbage.
Keeks has been waiting for about 10 minutes now, roughly.
Clive, not Cleese.
No,
Keeks.
it wasn't Clive, it was Keeks.
No,
No,
she's
it's
She's
Clive. He
telling
told
you
me.
that that Clive is trying to talk.
But his
Can you
mic
hear me
is
yet?
broken or something. I
Yes,
don't know
we
what's
hear
wrong
you.
with it.
I
Okay.
got you now. Yeah.
You got me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a quick interjection. You guys say that you shouldn't make fun of people, but you do it a lot.
Yes.
And the pot calling the kettle black. Somebody makes a prediction 2 years ago, and you throw it up. Oh, you said it was going to do. You got to be careful on this stuff.
No, my thing was that it's funny.
Wait, let me finish.
Go
For
go
God's
ahead, go
sake.
ahead.
You
I
guys
thought
are
you were
talking
done.
for
Go ahead.
hours.
Hey, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. You're good.
Thank you.
You can finish.
I only ask for like 2 or 3 minutes. I'll make my point, and you can discuss it all you wish. Now, that being said, just be careful on that type of stuff. Realize that if you look back 2 years ago, we made thousands of predictions, and some are going to be wrong. Okay, but they were right at the time. And most of what we do is very short term. So be careful on that, and try on one thing I would like to hear more of is when someone's making a point for 30 or 40 minutes going over a goddamn chart, blah blah blah. Take it into a smaller amount and then say over. Give someone a chance to participate, because the participation in this channel is horrible. People are just there's no time to breathe. Just that's my statement for today. That's all I have to say. And you're welcome to discuss it. Over.
Yeah. Yeah, my
Hey,
thing. Go ahead, go ahead.
your mic sounds great.
It sounds way better now. No, Clive,
No,
I thought
you're just after my money. Over.
I thought that the playful banter that we heard in Rick's, don't misunderstand what I said. I thought that the playful banter in the recording Rick played of them kind of poking fun at Chris at the floor by Algorand, I thought that shit was fucking
Indeed,
hilarious. I
it's
was
fun.
laughing my ass off.
It's fun. But when someone if you don't want to make a mistake and be pointed out for it, you'll never post.
Did
and
they do
therefore
that to
that
you?
input is law.
No, but I mean, but then you could argue on the other end of the spectrum if people are very confident about their calls and then they get it wrong and they're not made accountable or they just kind of let it go away, then we're not really respecting accountability much, are we? In a trading group, to not respect
2
accountability is kind of
years
crazy.
ago in this market, come on, who knew before BlackRock got in? If BlackRock hadn't gotten in this would be nowhere.
Clive, what are you talking about, man? Where have you been?
Oh, it's frustrating, huh?
Guys, come out.
That's a crazy
That's a-
statement to make, especially with
Absolutely,
somebody with
it's caused
I know. I had it drawn out too.
Same.
Clive. At one point, me and you went back. I mean, how many times did you and I talk about this at the floor, man? I mean, you have a very
Did
short-term
you
memory.
talk about BlackRock 1 year before BlackRock got in?
I told you.
We didn't.
I told you
We
100
didn't.
times
Yeah.
that BlackRock
Yep.
is in Bitcoin because of what Bitcoin does, not the other way around. Bitcoin is not in Bitcoin is
Well
not
said.
because
No,
of BlackRock.
I agree with you there. I will totally agree with you that it proved itself to a point. BlackRock took it to the next level. Oh,
Right,
would
and
we agree on
yes,
that? Over.
yes, yeah. I don't think that
Right.
that's.
It doesn't
I
matter
don't think
which
that that's
happened.
arguable.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Which happened, the chicken or the egg? Okay. We
Right.
actually know it's the chicken. It was not.
How you guys liking Doge right now? Trying to do its tail on the smaller formation.
Clive, but
It's starting to
I'm gonna
look
look in
good.
a second, Jay.
Yeah.
But Clive, just to round this out, Clive, to say that though, and look, I don't care. Like I'm not gonna be like butthurt about it, but many people in here were definitely, uh, buying at the right time when nobody was buying, and
totally agree.
to say who knew when people were literally tossing
It's
fundamental
hurtful, right? In a way.
hold on, wait. Yes, yeah. Well, hurtful maybe to
No,
some,
to the
not to me.
TA,
Well,
not
maybe.
to your
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah. If somebody's saying like like fuck the chart, then that might upset somebody. But what I'm saying is, for you to for you to take the stance that people weren't like giving you fundamental and technical reasons at the floor to be interested when something was discounted as much as it was, is just dishonest, like straight up. Because there was people here, and I was one of them.
We could argue that it was an experiment. It's only 11 years old. You know, gold has been around 5,000 years. Wheat, oil, etc. They've proven it. But needless to say, we can move on from that. It is what it
Fair
is
enough.
now. And what's going to happen from there? Who knows?
Right, but I
Lots
think
of good things.
it is good though.
Let's leave that.
It is.
Leave that there.
Yeah, for sure. It is good though
Yeah.
to note, the difference. Like we're all learning, right, every day in life, and as traders, we're all learning. It is good to make noteworthy actions and to make note of those actions, right? Because this is how you learn. So when
I
things
agree.
happen, you learn from them or you burn with them.
Okay, but
So
I trade
gonna...
an average of 600 different stock names, and someone will immediately say, like Rivian. Okay, let's use that as an example. Okay, who saw that big collapse in the EV market coming? I mean, it was all the rage, and I was in it at $50 a share at one point. Okay, it collapsed on me, but to bring it up out of 600, I probably post 40 trades a day. Now multiply that times a year. That's 4,000. That's 12,000 per year. Or is it 4? Yeah, it's 4,000 per year.
It's a
And
lot.
I pick one trade. Oh, you were wrong on that. Like really? Okay.
Right, I get it. You're
Yeah,
more of
it's
a
the same.
scalper on day
Yeah.
trading.
If you want to hear my analysis on long term, okay. In 2029, I plan to sell this. Are you going to be around in 2029 to see whether that statement is correct or not? No.
2029, I'll be
Not make
here.
a good channel to do stuff every 5 years.
No, but it's good to hammer home how important it is because I'm part of other part of communities.
Yeah.
For one example, I've before I was in this group, I used to listen to this gentleman on YouTube. His name is Josh Answers, and a few people in here know about him. And one of his main and this isn't just him, this is a general, and you'll agree with this because this is a general thing. The long term is talked about regularly. It's added to regularly. It's a regular practice. Having a long-term mindset is a regular thing that you should do daily as a trader and investor.
I'd be willing to bet right now you take Bitcoin exactly where it is, the Dow Jones will outpace it in 10 years.
No, hell no.
I'm just making a statement. That's my
Yeah, yeah,
statement. You say no.
yeah. I
I
gave you
have
an
a
answer.
question. Have you ever seen, instead of looking at investing, let's say, right? Have you ever taken a look at videos that show you people that are creditable that actually do day scalp and see the
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
amount of
like a lot of the trolls
return,
do
the
so.
amount, hold on, the amount of return that they get in a day is mind blowing. And they're getting these runs over and over and over. And plus, again, it's always a different race for people. This Discord, by the way, was not created as a long-term trading group.
No,
It
and
was
it still
first
isn't.
created as a, well, it's
It's
because
the long term
I
is not.
feel,
I still think it's not.
you know why?
Well,
You know why,
95% of this
crazy?
group, and look, it's never going to change, Jay. And I don't think for anybody to come
Why?
in and be like, it needs to change to long term. It's fucking ridiculous.
No, I disagree.
But
No,
I
but you can
I agree
you
95%
with
of
can
you.
it is
teach it.
scalping, and I think that this is what people want to see, bro. If you look at other YouTube channels, they are scalping like these guys, and they get a massive following. There's nothing wrong. Don't ever think that
But
that
there's
it's me
always
poo pooing. But the
no,
thing
what
is
I'm
for scalping, if you're
yeah,
talking about people that are successful in the real world with
yeah.
scalping, for every 1,000 scalpers, there's one successful scalper. For every 1,000 investors, there's much more than one successful.
Agree.
Good point. Good
Not
point.
only that,
Yeah.
guys, when you think you're seeing guys online posting all these, oh my God, look at
It's
how much they
fake.
make every day.
Thank
Dude,
you.
they're not posting their losses. I promise you.
It's
No,
fake.
I
They're not
get
posting their
it.
losses.
I
They're
get
not,
it.
hold on, give me 2 seconds. They're not posting their losses. Listen, I've tried to do this for a living before. Okay. It's not easy. It's even harder when you're counting on it for your income. It changes the whole game. When you think to yourself, oh my God, I've had a couple of bad months in a row, which is going to happen, and you require that income to live, it will make you trade differently. It'll mess you up.
Yes.
Okay. So when you see these guys, they're not counting on that for their income. They're counting on their trades, or they're like their sales. They're counting on their YouTube. They're counting on selling some BS course that they've got that shows you how to use MA crossovers or some garbage, right? And they're not showing you their losses. None of those people make money. They all, I mean, and if they're not talking to you about how, guess what, you're going to have a couple of bad months. You're going to have winning months. You're going to have losing months. It will happen. They don't show the losers.
Yeah, well, they're not credible people to look at.
No, they are for the moment. Take a
Yeah,
look at
well,
what they
but
do,
people
they
let
say,
it
and move
poison
on.
their minds about what they think should happen for you when you're trading. They think that like, oh yeah, you just wake up at 7:30,
You do two
look at the
hours in the
chart for an
morning.
hour, make
Yeah.
trades, and then call it a week. I mean, that's not
It's
it.
insane. It's so
I know,
fake.
but that's exactly what Clive does every day, right?
Yep, every
Clive
day.
comes in, he says he comes in, he stays 2 hours, he goes for a nap after. It's his way of trading, but I don't know, man. I just find that it's like,
I mean, Clyde
how
doesn't
much?
show us his trades. Like we haven't seen his account, so I mean, you can
I'm
whatever.
just saying, do you not find that everybody should just do their own thing?
Yes,
I
everybody's
find
gonna
like
do their
this
own thing.
And that's fine.
conversation
Do
is
your
like
own
a
thing, but
revolving
don't get
door.
tricked into thinking that everyone's out there just constantly making money all the time.
Well,
People
who's
lose
thinking
and
that?
they don't show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's trying to trade the way anybody trades either. What's happening, and it's fascinating, is the results. So whenever I've noticed something about this group, when the money starts being flashed, like when the dollar symbols start to flash, people start to reflect. It's crazy. And you see
What do
that
you mean,
in
dude?
this group lately.
I,
No,
I
listen, just let
yeah.
me finish really quickly. Because even for dude, it's even for me. When
Mm.
I see people like Randall or Chris doing good, like it for somebody like me, it inspires me and shows me that the long term works. But to think that people aren't right now regretting not having a more long-term approach would be just a straight up lie. Like people are like, man, I wish I had more of a long-term approach. So these are lessons and it doesn't mean that you can't day trade and do all your other shit, because this is coming from somebody that does all of it. It's none of that. This is more of a self-reflection thing. So
Not everybody has that
nobody's
capital.
trying to trade nobody's trying to change the way anybody trades. What's happening is people are seeing results, and it's making them want to change the way they trade. I'm not trying to make anybody change shit. All I'm trying to do is be a good example to the best I can, and I can't even do that all the time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I
It's a
think it's good
revolving
to.
door. It's like at the end of the day, right? If you're making like Rick has a trade, no offense, it's not like you were an investor in Doge for the past 2 years. You got
It
into it
wasn't. That's
recently,
right.
and you said, I'm
Yep.
going to hold that at a low leverage. It's going to be like a spot position, but I can manage it perfectly that way. I have very low risk. You know, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, you're up 3K. Okay. But
Yeah.
this is relative to what you can afford to do or willing to put in the market. What I have a problem with is that I don't think anybody that plays leverage, I mean, I know I don't do it to spot traders. I try to appreciate what they say, but I don't continuously remind them that they're not playing leverage. So, but when this happens, again, remember, I get burnt every time I talk truth. But I'm gonna say it
You all
anyways.
do, bro.
It's
Do it.
it's been a week of only that. If you're trading on leverage on a daily basis, you hear the conversation
I do
from
it every day,
somebody.
though, Jay. Why? I do it
I
every
know,
day.
but so what I'm saying is think about it as I don't know what the word is in English. It's called réciproque in French. It means
It's reciprocated.
don't like that same hurt that people that are on spot that are like ridiculed at the bottom for buying are the same people that are going to remind you when their bags are making money, right? But the same
Exactly.
people that are
It's
on
fine too. No,
leverage,
that shouldn't hurt anybody. It's funny. You know what I
no,
mean?
that's
Like
right. It's a
it's the same.
It's just.
revolving door.
It's a
It's the
learning
same,
opportunity. That's
right?
what it
Yeah.
is.
And it's the
It's
same as
like
Chris
it's
getting
not
made
about.
fun of at the floor for buying, right? Like
But
everybody
I
was
just
picking on him,
so
and I was
so
getting,
I was trying to
I was getting some
establish
side eyes too. It's
earlier
fine.
that making fun of somebody who's buying the bottom and unsure. If we were better traders, we wouldn't make fun of them. We'd
I don't know
figure
if it
out
was
why it's
fun.
a good decision
I
or
don't think
what
I don't
I don't
progression
think
remember
towards
people
it.
are
anyone
making
making
fun,
fun.
dude. It's just
No,
a
it was.
revolving
It
door. I was
was.
trying
Banter,
to
man.
get
It.
to a. I'll
Yeah.
finish in 10 seconds. The revolving
You just
door is this.
established it,
You
right?
gotta
That's it.
expect if you expect to go in and out of that door, you gotta expect take it to both directions.
Yep,
That's all.
facts.
That's all. Still do your trading. I know
Mm.
crazy says 10 things a day. I don't let it affect my my
Well, it's
whatever
not
I
like I'm
call it.
saying anything. I'm don't make it sound like I'm saying something offensive though. I'll just say some stupid shit like, "Oh, quiet.
Yeah,
It's
and
not.
I
It's
don't
not good
care.
on this 5 minute candle. Just wait for the next one, buddy. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't mean anything.
Most
It
of
just
that
means that
we
I'm making fun
know,
of you because you're
but
super zoomed in
I
and
just don't
you're
know why
scalping.
people can't genuinely just be happy for the people that are making money, regardless of how they're making it.
I think
I've been
people are.
genuinely
I
happy for
think
you
people are
guys that you're
happy.
making money.
Dude, I
There
don't think
should be
anyone's
no
unhappy.
jealousy behind
Dude,
it.
who's mad about people making money?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah, I
weird.
don't think anybody is. I
I
hope
don't think
not.
It's
anyone
it's the
is. I.
revolving
Th-
door, you know. It's you
I
don't know
think.
which way.
I think having a variety of styles and approaches is good because then it gets people the ability to see, oh yeah, there is this other method, and I'm going to try that. And look, they might find that it suits them really well, you know. So
You know
being
what it
like, yeah,
reminds me of? Oh, my bad, Rick. I thought you
you
were done. Go ahead.
oh, it's all good. I just yeah, you sort of need advocates for all styles because I do like day trading, intraday scalping. I think it's really great. I still do it too. Like I've been trying to get back into it. I did it with Peanut the other day. I think I pulled like $200 out of it, like over the course of 2 days, just from scalping it,
Yeah.
and that was fun. That was good. But yeah,
Yeah,
like I
but come
also
on,
have
guys.
my big, slow, heavy positions, which is awesome too. Like I want to have the best
Hell
of all
yeah.
worlds.
Hell
I want
yeah.
to have a
80% of the
spectrum.
conversations in here in the
Hmm.
past week have been how much long term is better.
Well, it's
Oh,
because the
right.
long term. It's
Well,
well. You gotta also forget. You gotta give. Listen, you gotta give some credit to the timing of that too. Like it's not like it's just because people are all of a sudden cocky about long term. It's because over the last week,
Timing
the
if you
people on
bought the
long
last
term.
bottom?
Well, the people
Yes.
over the last week on long term have really. I mean, this is what long term is all about, right? I mean, they've
Sure.
capitalized. So it's going to be a topic of discussion regardless. and it's probably going to be the focus because, during those moves straight up, you're probably
you do understand
But this wasn't a
that
long-term
some
game.
people
This
hold on,
was
man. Just some
this
people
wasn't like
just couldn't afford at that time, let's say, right? There's all
Oh, yeah.
kinds of cases, right? We're not talking like we're in a group surrounded by a bunch of millionaires.
Right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
at the time, if somebody wasn't able to build that, but they get still a proper, let's say, direction from different time frames of people, right? You're long term, I'm very short term, and the middle, the balance.
I'm
Then
everything.
they can take a leveraged position at like 5x. It's not a bad thing, or 15x. But there's a lot of crushing of that. Like, I love Max, but he comes into these absolutely absurd trades because the concept is like not everybody might be trading with 20K on leverage or 30K on leverage to bring in those profits. If you keep flashing something that's not realistic to most